What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a bunch of different things. We're going to start off by talking about a couple of different articles. We're going to do the coin market cap, of course, then do a couple articles. Basically, crypto analyst says Bitcoin could hit $5,000 by March. Sounds interesting. We're going to have to talk about it. As you guys know, I am part of the Litecoin Foundation. Love to talk about it, and we just got some great news. Basically, the Lightning Network could be coming to Square Cash App, and it's not about if, it's when is it coming, because we're going to have some pretty cool insight on that. And then lastly, we're going to wrap things up with the Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XLM analysis. And we're going to be talking about what the title of today's video is why are we seeing this pullback? Was it expected? Was it called for? Why did I sell when I did? And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if any of that sounds interesting to you guys, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content. We just broke 7,000 subscribers, and we're skyrocketing up. We are mooning, guys. We're going to be hitting 10K probably within the next couple of months, probably a month or two actually. So thanks, to you guys. This couldn't all be possible. So otherwise, stick around and let's jump into the episode. So I'm on the current coin market cap. I did refresh the page, and there's a couple of things I want to look at before we move into the articles. So basically, Bitcoin dominance is 53%. We see 24-hour volume is 21 billion. We see market cap is 121 billion. So market cap is staying fairly same. Bitcoin dominance is also staying fairly same. The only difference we're seeing is more money in the 24-hour volume. Now, why is that? Now, I'm going to scroll down, and you guys can see we're still having a very interesting day today, but there is, volume leaving the exchanges, which is why we're seeing that increase right now. Money moving out of exchanges is still volume. It's still traffic happening within exchanges. So looking at these top 10 coins, the reason we're not seeing much in Bitcoin is because, look at, we can see the dominance is 53%. Look at how Bitcoin has been trading. We did see this massive leap, but it has literally been flatlined the entire day. No movement, for the past 7 days practically, or let's say 3 or 4 days. Just flatline. Very interesting, but that is why that's happening. Ethereum actually up 2%, but what I really want to discuss today was Litecoin. Why are we down 5%? A lot of you guys are thinking $50 coin. I did make a video yesterday discussing if this pattern is broken, we will see a $50 Litecoin. But if you actually watched that video, I did discuss why we're probably not going to break that, and why we're going to see a pullback, which is what we're seeing today, as expected. And then otherwise, the market is kind of 50-50. Majority actually is in green. Bunch of red too, though, so I'd like to say 50-50. Not really up by much, and we're not really down by much either. So really quick, guys, before I move on, I know I've talked about it a lot, but there's a lot of new subscribers coming to the channel, and they probably haven't heard about it before. But if you haven't already, click the link in the description and signed up for ABRA. Please make sure to do so. It's, like, I believe, second link in the description. It's an exchange for, I believe, iPhone and Android. Basically, it's all backed by Litecoin, so if you are a supporter of Litecoin and the Lightning Network, definitely make sure to download that app. Otherwise, if you just want to get access to like 20 different currencies, make sure to download that. Basically, the reason I'm telling you this is because they are doing a huge promotion right now. It's going on for another week or two, so that's why I'm telling you guys about this. Act fast before it's gone, and then you're screwed. But basically, they're going to give you $25 of free Bitcoin if you deposit $5 with a US bank account and deposit it into Bitcoin. It's that simple. Download the app, sign up, deposit $5 from your bank account into cryptocurrency, bam, and they will send you $25 Bitcoin. I've had over 25 people, I've had over 40 people do this already. They've already gotten their $25. Huge shout out to you guys. And also, because I'm an affiliate of the ABRA exchange, I do have access to the backside. There are a bunch of you guys who've already downloaded this app and have yet to deposit the $5. You will not receive $25 until you deposit $5. You have, I believe, a couple of months, but act on that. Do it quick. Get your $25. Deposit your $5, and you will receive that. Otherwise, let's move on. Otherwise, let's jump into the articles for discussion today. So basically, we do have a crypto analyst that's saying Bitcoin could hit $5,000 by March. Now, what exactly is this? Who exactly is the analyst? I will discuss that with you. So basically, crypto trader and analyst Mitoshi Kaku says he wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin continues to rise in the short term, not the long term, in a more microeconomic standpoint. In the short term, Kaku told his 50,000 following on Twitter, conditions are present for Bitcoin to shoot to $5,000 in the next 10 days. That's how short term this is. That's literally a week. So basically, he put out a tweet. This is Matoshi Kaku, K-A-K-U, if you wanted to look it up. Two options I'm looking at right now in terms of targets or movements: not touching my longs SL in place, vigilant on the next few days, and something action as they will be important to determine. So basically, he just put out a tweet basically showing his chartings as to whether or not like it is going to shoot up. But he says in his descending triangle that's forming, he's expecting a nice price move to the $5,000 region. If it happens, it happens. I'm going to give my personal opinion on that, and then we will go from there. Moving though on now to the other really important news that I did want to discuss with you guys was basically, is the Lightning Network coming, or the Lightning Network is coming to Square Cash app, and it's not about if, it is when is it coming. So that is actually pretty cool. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cash App. I've used it a couple times. Not really a big fan of the fees that they have compared to Venmo or QuickPay and Zelle. But let me know what you think about Cash App in the comments below. So basically, speaking on the Steven Livera podcast, February 11th, which was today, Dorsey joined Lightning Labs CEO Elizabeth Stark in discussing Lightning's ideals and his personal beliefs in the protocol. Asked whether this would lead to integration within Square Cash's app, the answer that came was surprisingly candid. So basically, he said, we would love to make Bitcoin as fast and efficient as transactional as possible. And that includes looking at our seller base and register. He said, it's not an if, it's more of a when. How do we make sure that we're getting the speed that we need, and the efficiency? So the comments come just days after Dorsey's personally advocated Bitcoin on Twitter while accepting the invitation to participate in the Lightning Network's Torch transaction relay. The initiative, which began last month, involves a relay transaction sent between network users, raising awareness and testing its technical ability. The podcast interview itself was also arranged on the back of the Torch activities. The thing that I'm trying to figure out for myself in terms of running a business is, how do we continue to expand the openness? Now, how do we continue to get good citizens within this community, helping this community make it happen without inflicting the baggage which comes with a corporation, said Dorsey. So he said, Dorsey betting on Bitcoin. As Lightning continues to grow in both size and stability, Torch has rapidly accrued considerable publicity. Beyond Jack Dorsey, various well-known cryptocurrency figures have taken the project into Bitcoin reporting. Bitcoin is reporting, as several called the participation from Tesla founder Elon Musk. I may have to find that and make an episode on that. That'd be very interesting. Dorsey has pledged his belief in Bitcoin as the first choice for a cryptocurrency becoming a native on the internet. So yeah, that's pretty awesome if he can integrate, Lightning into Cash App, making the speeds of transactions a lot faster. Also know you can use or purchase Bitcoin on Cash App too, so that's pretty cool, yeah, in terms of an integration. But furthermore, moving on, guys, onto the Litecoin, Litecoin chartings. Guys, if you want access to these charts, shout out to Xavier for signing up for my Patreon below. He now has access to, I believe, probably the Litecoin chart, but whatever one he chooses. He can now follow along with us on a real, live feed of all my updates to my chartings. So he does have access to this. If you guys also want access to my chartings, make sure to check out that link in the description. I believe it's the first link to my Patreon, where you guys can receive all these charts, as well as my personal, phone number. If you guys wanted to reach out to me, contact me, and kind of learn my ways of charting and my, view of things, definitely check it out. But otherwise, this was a pretty obvious, pullback. And, that's how I view it. A lot of you guys were definitely FOMO buying in, and we're dropping even lower as I speak. So I do want to just jump into the 4 hour in a second. But, I made a video yesterday saying if we broke this line here at 46, we would definitely break 50. It'd be very interesting. If we broke this resistance, got above this uptrend, we would definitely get into here and retest $50. Now, probably that's pretty unlikely if we broke here and broke through 50, mainly because of how overbought we were on Litecoin's daily. But it's doing exactly what I planned, and I will be buying in fairly soon into Litecoin, actually. And the reason being is I do want to jump over now to the 4 hour charts and show you guys what is happening. So you can pretty much see what's going on. Not only do we have this uptrend that, was obvious, it was previous, support right here. You can see all this support, of the coin's price trading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, points of contact. We just scaled this up, and you can see what it's doing right now. We're once again testing it, but at a higher level. We were extremely overbought. It is why it is sending us back. Now, this is going to be very interesting. So on the dailies charts, Litecoin does have support at $40, but you can see its high-low MMA is down here at 36. So I may do dollar cost averaging, and what that is basically I'm going to start scaling my payments from the top and slowly scaling it down to 36. So I will start putting in money at $40 and I'll scale it down to 36. Now I know that's a very small window, but to me that's what I'm going to do, and you guys can do whatever you want with that. Now the reason I'm doing this is because on the 4 hour, its high-low MMA is down here at 36. Yes, we just broke down and we're currently at 52, which is actually pretty reasonable to start to scale back up, but I do think we're headed to 40. Reason being is because on the daily, you'll notice that, huge resistance in terms of this uptrend right here, as you guys can clearly see. Huge resistance. Not only were we overbought on Litecoin's daily, we were having a lot of resistance with this uptrend. So why I said 40 is this pullback. There's clear support right here, and I'm going to show you why. Not only is this red band, the top of the high-low MMA, a support, but if we now zoom out our focus to the weekly charts, you can see that this 40 line is huge support. Look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of support. Beautiful support right here. So that's why I'm going to start scaling my buy at the $40 level, which we're currently trying to get down to because of how overbought we were or are on Litecoin's daily. Now we're kind of still high on the daily at 60, a little bit better on the 4 hour, but that's why I want to scale my position, because I don't know exactly when it's going to reverse and go back up, but I do know for sure this pullback was called for. I said it in yesterday's video. We were too overbought, in terms of the high-low MMA and the RSI, and we were hitting this uptrend, so we needed to pull back down. And it's beautiful, and it looks like it's going to hit 40. So when the price of Litecoin hits 40, that's when I plan on putting some money back into it. And I'll probably scale it down to, what we said before, $36. Where is 36? That's the green band. So I do think we're going to get back to here. If we fall lower, we're going to get stuck in between this channel for sure, and kind of trade now between 36 and 40 until we can break back up, regain a little bit of momentum, and kind of a neutral standpoint on the RSI, and then we'll start to go up. So very obvious. That's when I personally am going to buy back in. This was a beautiful call. This was obvious that it was going to retest and pull back down. That is why I sold out. Yes, I know I kind of sold out a little bit too early. I could have waited here, but you know what? I still made profit, so it doesn't bother me. I could have made a little more, but I'd rather not risk it, because what if I put in, sold it off right here and then it fell all the way back down and I was like, shit, I'm screwed. It would have been the same thing as if I sold off where I pretty much did, which was only like $2 or $3 lower. So moving our focus now to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's doing a very similar thing, trading. Actually, Bitcoin's doing a different thing. Litecoin is overbought on its daily, or was. Bitcoin is only at 50 on its daily, so it doesn't look too bad. I believe it probably was overbought on its 4 hour. So the pullback isn't really needed. Yeah, well, it's kind of needed in terms of Bitcoin's 4 hour. That's why we're seeing this pullback. I probably wouldn't throw any money into Bitcoin. Yes, very odd that we're trading sideways for the past day or two, but if we hit around 3,500, that's probably when I would put money into Bitcoin. More so, I'm leaning more towards Litecoin, but this is definitely a possibility right here. But as we've talked about in the past, guys, whenever we see stability as such, it is an indicator of a big move is coming. So we are anticipating Bitcoin to make a really big move very soon, because that is not good looking on its 4 hour. Now, more so, you can see that we had more stability on Bitcoin's daily, so that was an indicator of this pop downwards. You can also see here stability within the downtrend. We blew upwards, so we're not really seeing much on the daily, but in a shorter term, the 4 hour is showing some stability, and that's why we're going to see a pullback. We can still, head down to 3,000, guys. It's not out of the blue yet. I honestly think we need to consolidate further. Even if we do it in here, it would be movement as such. Then we could pop out. But definitely a couple more weeks of consolidation within Bitcoin. That's my personal take on it. Lastly, Ethereum, very similar. Had a descending triangle, broke bullish, shot up, retracing back down, following Litecoin and Bitcoin. It is not overbought right now. It's at 55. Could fall a little bit lower. In terms of support, I could probably see a support being more so towards 116. So let's see what happens at 116. But my Ethereum really isn't my main focus. I'm sorry if that offends any of you guys. If you guys are interested in Ethereum, obviously let me know in the comments, and I'll spend a little bit more time on that. And lastly, XLM, definitely something I'm keeping my eye on because it does look like it's about to rally, mainly because you can see the downtrend. We've seen the downtrend in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. What happens usually at a downtrend, especially in today's market, you know, the past 3 have done this, so it could be foreshadowing XLM. When it finally hits here, which is pretty much next week, it could pop up, spike all the way up from, 7 cents to 13 cents, which is practically doubling your money. So, I don't know. I would take it the conservative route. Again, if we start to break bullish, buy in at around 8 cents, sell it either between 13 and 15 cents, and double your money. And that would be a very, very nice, investment. But that's pretty much going to sum up the episode for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. We're almost headed to 10K, so definitely make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.